Come on back in here with us because we're now joined by Matt Pearson and Keith Venables, both chefs at Steiner Ranch Steakhouse. We're so glad to have you guys here.
Thank you.
I love the array of offerings that you guys have. I think you can get anything from a crab, like we said, to quail, to porterhouse steak. And today you guys are also making some blackened crab fingers. So talk a little bit about what you guys offer at the restaurant that you brought in with you
Some
today.
of our newer items is the quail leg. It's a buffalo style, kind of a sweet, spicy sauce. And they're the dark quarters of the quail. A new feature is a sea bass, a couple grilled shrimp with a pesto. Real nice dish. Sea bass is one of your premium fish. Really good and tender, flavorful. We have a porterhouse steak here. One of our bigger steaks on the menu.
Bigger, I think that's an understatement.
Yeah.
How much does that weigh?
That's about 24
ounces? Wow, that's huge.
You have your strip and your fillet, so you get a little taste of both.
See that? Oh my goodness. Wow, it's making me hungry. What else do we have?
We have a lamb chop here. Another signature item, very good, New Zealand lamb. That's about 14 to 16 ounce on that rack.
Beautiful.
This is a veal chop with little béarnaise and crab meat on top. We call that Oscar style. Another real good seller. These are some of our signature prime steaks here.
Those are gorgeous. Well, I love the presentation. And if you don't know where they are, there is a shot on the big hill right over Lake Travis in Steiner Ranch. So how long have you guys been there?
We've been open almost 2 years now.
That's great. How successful has it been so far?
It's going well.
Good. Well, I guess you can't help it if you make good food.
Right.
It gives people a reason to come back. Well, today you're going to give people a reason to go in and actually try something that you're going to make for us today, some blackened crab fingers.
Blackened crab fingers, yes, ma'am. Basically, just going to toss these in a little blackening spice, put a little olive oil on them, get a nice sear in the pan, and then we're going to serve them with our house-made remoulade sauce that we have. It's got a little bit of olives and capers and cornichons, so it's got a lot of bold flavor to it.
Love that.
Really good mix. So,
you ready to get going?
Get started on it?
Yes, please do. Now, when you guys started coming up with items that you put on your menu, what went into consideration?
Being a steakhouse first, trying to cover all the bases. You know, we have chicken, seafood, pork, veal, lamb, and steaks. And we really emphasize on the steaks, of course, because we are a steakhouse. And we have all the cuts you could want, different sizes. We use prime. You could tell if you could show this, some of the marbling and things of that nature.
Excellent.
High quality seafood. Everything that we get in is brought in for us fresh daily, never frozen. That type quality control.
Awesome. Well, talk a little bit about the recipe for the blackened crab fingers.
Basically, when you're trying to blacken something, what you want to do is you get a nice pepper crust on there. So when you're cooking, what you're trying to do is sear the spices on there and make a crust. When you make that crust on there, what it does is it kind of seals in all the moisture and it kind of steams from the inside. So you're left with something that's got a really flavorful crust and a nice moist inside. So
awesome. And what is this that you
That's our blackening spice. Yeah,
okay.
I believe they put the recipe for that on you guys' website.
That's
and the
right.
remoulade sauce. So basically, it's white pepper, black pepper, cayenne pepper, chili powder. There's some garlic, oregano, thyme. It's going to get kind of smoky in here. Hopefully, I don't set off your.
I hope not. I don't need wet hair today.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time I set off the sprinklers.
Oh, great! You will be long remembered, Matt,
exactly.
for that.
That's what I tried to go
The chef
for.
who set off the sprinklers.
That was my plan when I came in today. So.
There is the recipe there on your screen for Tasty Thursday. Of course, if you miss it, we'll also have it on our website, kxan.com. This reminds me of something you can find in New Orleans.
Absolutely. Yep.
Was that the inspiration for it?
Absolutely. Yeah. We have a little bit of a Cajun touch on some of the dishes around the restaurant, and then this fall and winter, when it gets a little bit cooler outside, we'll do some thicker etouffees and stuff like that. So
awesome.
We have a little bit of a Cajun touch on some of the dishes that we have.
I love that. I spent a little bit of time in Louisiana. You can't beat the food. And
no,
the
you really
flavor.
can't.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to freshness. I mean, seafood is as fresh as it gets.
And speaking of Louisiana, do you guys have any trouble with the oil spill getting any of your products in?
We're not really having a hard time getting them as much as it's just the prices have gone up on everything, of course. That's going to happen, and that's all the way across the board, not just fish from the Gulf, because, you know, when the demand for any kind of fish goes up because of the lack of fish, then you're going to feel the heat on the price. But try to keep everything priced fairly. So.
Good. Well, you think the heat has cooled down on this for me to try?
I think so.
Oh, here we go. Tasty Thursday. That is so good.
Not too bad, huh?
Oh, yeah, not too bad at all. That's really good. Well, if you want to visit Steiner's Steakhouse, you can. We're going to have the information up. There it is right there. It's in Steiner Ranch. And I guess if you drive up Steiner Ranch Boulevard, you can get there. There it is right over Lake Travis, right off 620. And again, if you want the recipe for their blackened crab fingers, it is on our website, kxn.com. Thank you so much, guys, for being here today.
Thank you.
And you're open for lunch right now, right?
No, ma'am, only dinner.
Oh, only dinner.
Sunday
So tell me
brunch.
your hours.
We're open from 4 to 10, Monday through Thursday. 4 to 5 is happy hour. We have special and drinks and some appetizers. And then 5 to 10 for dinner. And we're open Sunday brunch.
Great. And you guys have live music sometimes, don't you?
7 days a week.
Excellent.
Big
All right.
patio and
Love it. And a great view. You can't beat
view.
that.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for being here today.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it.